Hello, you guys. How are you all? Thank you guys for being here. Sorry we're late. We started about 4 minutes late tonight, which I had posted in the chat that we were going to be 5 minutes late. So, Kelly, you're right. I would be late to my own funeral, but technically I started 1 minute early because I said 5 and we were only 4. No, I'm just kidding. My God, there's not enough time in the day. There is just not like I need a couple more hours in each day. But thank you, Coco and True Crime, for joining. Thank you so much. And hello, you guys. So I had planned on doing this live last night. It's really we're just going to hang out. There's a few comments left on recent videos. And one old comment I have to bring back from another time that I did this. And then we're going to get into just talking about some true crime stuff, some stuff happening right now, just whatever. I wasn't ready for my video yet on Sarah Wandra, and I didn't want to just like jump into anything else, but I wanted to make sure to go live and keep the schedule. And, there's always other things to talk about that I want to talk about, but so this responding to rude comments thing, I used to do on my second channel. I have a second channel called Real Talk with Alex, and I don't know what I'm going to do with that channel. Like I have things I want to talk about that are not related to true crime at all. There are times I wanted to comment on stuff in the locale universe, and I could do that there. But I felt like if I'm going to respond to comments under true crime videos, maybe it'd be best to read them here because people will never see them over there. And, it might be related to a topic that we've talked about. Well, sometimes they're just jerks, but, at least then we could respond within context and you guys will know, what it means. Also, there was another case I had seen Law and Crime tweet about. And I grabbed that. I want to show that to you guys. And then I thought we'll just hang out and go through some crime online and just shoot the shit, see how you guys are doing. So, yeah, I love when you read and respond to the assholes, Allie. Yeah, the idiots of the internet. Oh, my God. Hey, Tess. Hey, Lisa. Hey, KV. Toe Beans. Get your groove back, Allie. Pointer Lover. Coffee and Skeletons. Oh, is it World Kindness Day? That's funny. At 8:00, well, it's about 7:45. Hey, Salma. I was over on Jay Warren's channel. If one of the mods want to drop his link, I only went up for about 10 minutes, but I've been up previously, and I know Amber's been up, and he's getting back to streaming. So I wanted to share that with you guys. Yeah, and just hang out. But before we get into it, I have to tell you about this vintage mystery box, but it's going to lead me to tell you about Kimberly's Instagram and her business, her side business, because she does many things, not just this, but oh my God. That is one of the coolest things. It was made my entire week, not just my day. I found some of the coolest pieces. Well, she found, and they were in the box. I really like the 70s era, and I like to find different, decorations, whether it's stuff for the house, for the kitchen, for the bedroom, just all kind. I love all the things from that era. The colors, I just love it. And oh my God, it was so much fun. And there were so many great pieces, and I'm not really camera ready, but I'm going to turn it on to show you because the business card is so cute. It says Relove Retro. Let me show you. It's hard to see if it's getting it. And you guys have to go check it out. Posting stuff more again. And I feel like, I'm sure many of you guys would be interested in supporting her and her journey for that. So please go check it out if you're interested in that stuff. It was awesome. Oh my God. I loved it. I am so excited about I should have brought some of the things like beautiful blanket, tablecloths, pillowcases, a shower curtain, a awesome bowl, an awesome ashtray. Like, oh my God, just so much cool stuff. I love it. It was awesome. So you guys if you're interested, go check her out. She's on Instagram at re_love_retro. So let me put it in here. re_love_retro. Please go check her out. She deserves the support too. And it was just awesome. So okay. Hand painted vintage goods, sourced vintage decor, and collectibles. Thank you. It was so freaking cool. I think that you guys will really enjoy it. I'll show you guys some of the stuff. The little coin purse reminds me of like something my grandma had when I was a kid. It was awesome. It was just the greatest experience. And I've purchased mystery boxes on Etsy from the same time frame, from the same era, the same time period. And they did not come even close to how good this stuff was. So that's the truth. Now, I've got some good things in mystery boxes. Don't get me wrong, vintage mystery boxes, but this was great. Okay, so now let's get into it. Also, two other things. Did you get to see the Northern Lights? They were even visible here. They were gorgeous. And tonight, I was leaving my mom's for dinner, and I heard this weird sound, and like everybody heard it, and we ran out there. And I don't know if I think there was a well in the sound, which is rare. It doesn't like I Googled it and it has happened. It does happen, but it's rare. I've never seen it or heard it. I recorded it, but you can't really, I had earbuds in and it was so far away, but you can kind of hear it, but you could just hear this like, oh, like a well sound. I don't know. It was crazy, but yeah. So I wanted to share that with you guys too. If I can get the audio where you can like make it a bit louder, I'll share it with you on one of the next lights. We live in one of the spots that the Northern Lights are just not visible ever. It wasn't a howl, but I did hear coyotes the other night, and I definitely got that on film too. Too cloudy over Northern Ontario. I can amplify the sound for you. I'll send it to you. I mean, it was freaking crazy, but very cool. And I was Googling all these different sounds, like, because there are a ton of red wolves where I live. Let me see, though, if I can show y'all the other night. The coyotes. And then we're going to get into it. But this is the laid back, like, just hang out live. So I don't want to hear any comments afterwards that are annoyed that I talk too much or whatever, okay? Don't want to hear it. Did y'all hear them on that? Those were the coyotes. They were howling like crazy and barking and all the things. I'll have fun with them in the comments. Okay. Now, let's get into some other comments, okay? I think it's hilarious because these people get a spotlight on the channel now. Their names, hey, if you're going to comment it from your account, then you can handle me reading it from your account. Oh, wow, coffee and skeletons. That's so cool. I was reading about these kids that went out to near here to take pictures of the dolphins, and they ended up seeing a whale, and the lady said that here that was like a once in a lifetime thing. So okay. I want one. We're parents now. Adrian. This was on the recent video I did on Olivia Gonsalves. They said, Amber Richardson said, girl, you talk too much. LOL. Play the fucking video. For God's sake, facepalm. I wrote laughing my fucking ass off, dude. I was exhausted. Like, I remember when I got this one, I just felt like I don't even have it in me to respond. Because sometimes I'll say, like, oh, well, you'll be featured on the next rude comment video. And don't worry, I take screenshots so you can delete the comment. It's still going to be in the video. But Oh, coffee and skeletons. These people can be really rude. Somebody named Amber, not somebody I recognize, but she's the nicer ones of some of them. Maybe not from tonight. I don't know. I saved them in my phone. There's probably more. I should have went back and looked, like especially where we did the hidden true crime. If there's a topic that brings in a lot of new people to the channel, then you'll get like extra rude comments. But I just saved them to my phone and then like heart them so they're in the favorites folder, and then over time they add up. Hey, Boo Sheet. Okay. Don't know why I screenshotted it so big, because the top one is somebody who said they were unsubscribed even though they didn't mean to. Now, this was on the recent Tisha video that Jen and I did, which, by the way, I should see if she's going to be live tonight after this. But can somebody put Kimberly's Instagram? Oh, shoot. I guess I'd have to do it. I'll do it and pin it to the top so that you guys that come in late can go check it out, since you guys are still talking about it, in case you didn't go follow it. And then I was going to say something else. I had 3 thoughts, 3 different trains of thought all at one time. Okay. The Instagram, the comments I'm responding to, and something else. And they got lost. Some of them got lost. Oh, Kelly. Yes. You know what though? I don't get too many. I'll get more if it's like a topic that, like I said, brings in new people, but I don't get too many. But yeah, definitely. You're a baddie because I can't handle that crap. Just deleted Facebook because of crap people. Listen, I couldn't handle it at first. This is something that I really had to grasp. Like this is a part of being a creator that I never expected and I wasn't ready for. I still remember sitting on the steps at my old house in West Virginia, like, upset, responding to, crying about comments, like really letting them affect me. It took a minute before I realized that, first of all, these people, they don't know you at all. So their comments, if it's like an insult or something, it's probably more, it's not about you, because they don't know you. And sometimes you got to understand that people might have different perspectives and different opinions than yours, and they might not like you or what you have to say or how you say it. And that's okay, because, it's just going to happen. Not everybody's going to. Like, you have to, I don't know. It's like I had to talk myself into being able to handle the rude comments and the opinions and the really hateful stuff. Wolfie, she used to get more. Yeah. Thank you, Tess. Thank you. Thank you. All right, I'm going to pin that. It was hard to see. Oh, Wolfie. Wolfie always have my back arguing in the comments. Thanks for recommending Jen. And yes, she's on at 10. Awesome lady fucking T. And you're so welcome. And thank you for going and check her out. I'll redirect to her live tonight, though. But Jay, thank you for being a member for 34 freaking months. Thanks for coming up on my live panel. You're so welcome. Thank you for asking me to come. Pointer Lover, thank you for being a member 45 months. Holy cow. Thank you. I usually just delete rude comments. They're typically on my autism streams. Wow. Like, that's pretty crazy that's the videos that usually get the rude comments. People are dicks, man. Oh, Grandma Sherry, thank you for being a member for 11 months. Okay, so let me link Grandma Sherry. Tess, will you drop Jay's link one more time for me, pretty please? And then before we go down to the next one, I just want to go into the live and pin that comment from the Instagram. Before we go down to the next. Replace pinned message. There we go. Okay. Thank you, Tess. I appreciate that so much. Okay. Let's keep going. Oh, no, I didn't get to even read this one out loud. So Lauren says, so much laughter, I couldn't follow. Very distracting. Was going to subscribe, but not informative with all the jokes. Sorry. It's like, was going to subscribe, but you didn't bring enough information to balance out the jokes. Had it just been the information, then it would have been enough information, but the jokes made it so there wasn't enough information. And you know what? I can understand. Some people that are new to Tisha that didn't go along the journey with us, going through every call and report and that file. And I mean, my God, the laughs that we had though together, like as a community, those streams were incredibly healing for me. Like that came at a time in my life where you guys know, I still cannot even talk about it. Where I lost a loved one, and it just was different than any other loss I've ever experienced. And I was just grieving so hard. And those streams, like we came on almost every night and listened to her ridiculousness. And how can you not laugh when you hear some of the stupid shit that comes out of her mouth? And I don't know. It was a really beautiful thing, like in itself, but I can understand how, and beautiful thing like studying this psychopath murderer, but it was like just the community we built around that, and we weren't discussing the crime most times. It was just about her and her behavior. But I can understand if you're not part of that and you come in after and you hear like these cackling ladies up there and some of the stuff that we'll say like probably makes no sense. It probably is annoying. Kelly said, I mean, in all honesty, Allie could beat me in a fight, but I'll try real hard to whoop him. I had to read that. I thought that was cute. Tess, thank you for being a member for 36 months. I have one too. Love you. Love you too. Thank you, Tess. The jokes are kind of the point. Hey, Bendy. Then don't subscribe. You got to have brass cojones to brave these streets as a creator. Dude, I'm like, well, shoot. This is why you decided not to subscribe. Oh, thank you guys. Teacup, Grandma Sherry. No regrets. Okay, let's see. I think those streams helped so many of us in a way you wouldn't have expected. Ah, definitely. Didn't you throw Bendy in the mix? Side pain laughter. I loved every stream and they helped so much. Oh, my husband was sick and passed. Enjoy, everyone. Oh, Rope Scout. I'm so sorry. Melanie, thank you for joining. Oh, make me emotional, but it's like, you think like you don't really have like your little channel, you might not think anybody, this goes to anybody and everybody. You might not think that you are going to impact the world or other people, but it doesn't really matter. Even if you're itty bitty, tiny, teeny, tiny, small, you can. All right, that's enough. I'm not going to cry. Whew. Okay. I adore our little community here. It's my happy place for sure. I do too, Mama Bear. And I'm glad that you guys are here. Okay. Let's keep going. I was going to subscribe, but now this one, look, this just happened during the Hidden True Crime, like during that, because that's when I took these more recent comments, like screenshots, was when like my channel got a bunch of extra people that didn't usually come here. And so I was getting a lot of them or a lot of comments. And anyways, took these screenshots. And as you see, because I write, this was 3 years old. Don't know why Ashley decided to comment on this video about Jody Sue Brown that was 3 years old. She said, you know what's really annoying? When you're constantly replying out loud to comments during the video, just type your responses at the end so you don't ruin the video for others. I said, lady, this is like 3 years old. But can you imagine? How do you do that? Do I just keep a mental note of like every comment I want to address? Like, oh, sorry about your dog. At the end, I'm just like typing out all the comments to people. I don't know how that would work. Hey, Punksy. Just type them all out at the end. Should I just make a list here and then hope that everybody sticks around to the end so I can respond to their comment about where I got my sweater or, their dog that's sick or whatever? No, I mean, even about the topic at hand, how can you remember to respond? I don't know. Yeah, I start to just get not get so mad over the comments. Like I said, at first, they can be so hurtful and they can really make you mad. Whether you're letting them really hurt your feelings or just completely piss you off, you let them affect you. And then after some time, after years, you're just like, well, okay. Like, get a little bit more creative, though, because the comment could have been better. Okay, this is why everybody calls me Spicy. I forgot this one. I'll read this one first, though. Spicy Amy. And I decided to include this because where I just got a replacement phone, the iCloud updated, and it only updated to June of last year. And this comment was there in the saved comments. This is why you'll see people call me Amy. This is why. During one of the rude comments videos, I got this, and it wasn't really rude. It was just funny. They clearly were confused and don't know who I am, but they said, Amy, you are awesome. But I just want the videos without the thank you and saying hi to everyone. Please direct me to where I can watch or hear the video. Thank you. You are awesome. You, Amy, are awesome. Hate that, Ellen. Mama Bear. Yeah. So for people who don't remember, there you go. It's weird. When I watch other channels, I get so annoyed at the interruptions, but within our community, I quite enjoy the interruptions. Weird. Well, good. At least you enjoy it, so. I love you guys back. Love Spicy Amy. Amy wishes she was as pretty as you. Oh, thank you, Chastity. You guys are hilarious with the Amy. But it's like, you are awesome. Even though I clearly don't know who you are, but you are awesome, Amy. Thanks. And also, I get how the thank yous and saying hi. That's why, if you'll notice, a lot of times I don't even say individual hellos at the beginning of a video. I have you adapt and change as well, because you have to think about what would be annoying for a new viewer or whatever. And so the hellos at the beginning to 50,000 people, I try not to do those as much. Especially if it's a bigger chat in the beginning of the live than it usually is or something like that. Another thing that I'll do that I recommend to creators, if you like to interact with your chat a lot and you do like to respond to their comments, I've found it best to read out their comment and then respond. So this one, Kimberly, here, instead of just saying, yeah, Kimberly, it does, I would say Kimberly says, not to mention your channel says Alex Erickson on it. And then I, then respond, only because there are a lot of people who listen that aren't watching and, or they're not watching closely. And that way it makes it easier for the listener, I feel. So I do try to adjust. I'm not saying if you have feedback, please give it. doesn't mean you'll end up in one of these. It's only if you're rude or you don't know my name, then you might. Yeah, and the damn long intro. But Adrian, I ain't changing it. It ain't changing. Good. Cause she's crafty says, Allie, great point because I'm visually impaired and that does help. Okay. Now, here is another, and we're back to the rude comments. Wait, who's Allie? This isn't Amy's channel. Don't you ever change, Amy. I love all lives because I live to see 20 gazillion good to see yous. Huh. True, Kelly. We do have a lot of inside jokes where someone who's just taking a peek may not get it. Okay. Hey, some golf girl. Hey, Amy, could you just stop talking? A lot of people, apparently don't expect me to talk on my channel. I will say, like, that's a lot of comments that I get and some that I didn't take photos of. Like, that's my most common rude or critical comment is, why do you talk so much? And that's confusing to me because this is my channel. I don't know. I just thought this is where I was supposed to talk about whatever. Hey, Brandy. Oh, honeybee. Thank you, Amy. You are my favorite. Okay. Now, this one is on a hidden true crime. This one actually is from one of those videos. And I guarantee you there's probably more under there. I guess I told this person to shut the fuck up. Oh, God. Okay. I forgot. Very Diana Carvel. Yeah, we're going to call her V. So V says, all these small creators who joined the cyberbullying and harassment mob campaign against L, milking money out of the suffering L, Jay and their little 8-year-old boy are desperate to get some relevance and new subscribers. Pettiness and greediness at full display. Letting Law and Crime air the court hearing would expose her son's name and medical records. Sorry, I had to cough. Excuse me? Hey, Julie Songs. So now I get why I told her to shut the fuck up. Look at the end here. You cannot be serious, honey. First of all, no. Her child's medical records would not be released just free on Law and Crime. Are you freaking serious? For what? Like, do you watch true crime? Like, do you actually watch hidden true crime? And for how long? Because that you would even think that is confusing to me, but okay. All of these small creators who joined the cyberbullying and harassment mob campaign. First of all, there are a ton of big cases that get tons of attention that I never discuss because I don't feel pulled to them. A ton of them. You didn't see me covering Karen Reed when that just happened. I didn't cover Sebastian Rogers like that. I've commented along the way on the mess that's became. But there are so many more too. They happen all the time. Alex Murdaugh, there are plenty of times that most of my friends are talking about or covering a case that I'm not. Because that's not why I choose the cases I talk about. Of course, I want people to view my videos. No one that makes videos is like, oh, I'm posting this on YouTube for no one to see. I don't want anybody to watch ever, but I'm going to post it on YouTube. Of course, you want people to see your stuff, but that does not dictate. There's never a situation where I'm like, oh my God, this is the hot topic. I have to talk about it just because it's a hot topic. No. Also, milking money out of the suffering of L? Huh? okay, you've obviously like really, really bought what she was selling during the 9-hour live. But okay. Um, relevance and new subscribers. I feel like, yeah, pettiness and greediness on full display. That pissed me off. I'm sorry, but that's bullshit. That is complete bullshit. I do know that there were a lot of people who watched my channel who were kind of like, whoa. Well, I don't think they were confused. We talked about it, but maybe that we covered it for like, there was several different videos. There was so much. And it was like for several days in, things were still escalating. You could feel like I remember telling that to you guys multiple times. You can feel the energy of this situation like growing. It's not dying off. And I think some people were confused, like maybe confused of why I covered it that many times. But yeah, no, that's some bullshit. Yes, Ellen, Lauren, and yeah, they said LJ. Yeah, they said J. Yeah, no, that's okay. Y'all can say it. They just used initials. Yep, this person definitely has drank all the Kool-Aid. Pettiness and greediness. Pettiness and greediness. Like, no, you know what? I think somebody's trying to take someone to court over the things that happened to her in the videos that were made. That might be petty. Okay, I think buddying up to and becoming besties with every family member and every high profile case you cover, going to their house, your business, this is your income, that might have something to do with greed. But talking about a topic that is huge in the true crime community, it was a big deal. And not only that, listen here, it's not done. It might be done with these people, but this is a problem we've seen over and over again in different ways with creator on creator, or even viewer on creator, with harassment on the platform. And not just that, but court cases happening between these YouTubers and restraining orders. We also talked about Bullhorn Betty's restraining order that the Chris and Katie Proudfoot had on her. I mean, those things are big deals. I'm going to talk about it. I feel like anything that really shakes up the world of true crime, I'm going to talk about here, whether it's an actual case or it's a situation or it's a movie coming out or an article or a DA that does something wrong or just whatever. If it really shakes up the true crime world and I feel it and I'm paying attention and it's got me sucked in, then I'm going to talk about it. Period. Julie's songs. Did they watch Hidden True Crime when Elle had the other half of her nose? I can be serious and don't call me Shirley. Did everything chill out with that whole thing? You know, I think so. I haven't seen any updates that I've paid attention to or felt like I wanted to know about. Like, for instance, let's say there was something filed in court again, or if Christina took her to court for defamation, then I would certainly talk about that. If there was some kind of update like that, and I haven't seen anything like that. So I think so, but some golf girl says they want to shut down First Amendment. Okay, so now those are the only rude comments that I had. I should go to that video and pull the comments up because I'm sure there are more or in those videos from that week. But I have some other things I want to talk about with you guys. So, hey, Jamie. Now, you guys know that Spicy Amy has not seen the movie Airplane. No, I have not. What is that? Something that Did I miss something? Something go over my head? Yeah, I just realized I wasn't seeing Lauren's picture everywhere anymore. I actually saw it today, I think, a couple times. I've seen it somewhere the last day or two, but same. Julie says Kresha has more information. Let me share her link. Let's see. Wait, do I even have it in here? I don't know. I think so. Shirley, you are joking. Don't call me Shirley. Nope. Not a clue what y'all are talking about. Not a single clue. All right. So these topics are not funny and not, I will say. I have Chrome Online pulled up, but then I also have, let's look at this first. So this is where I've seen Law and Crime tweet about this. I felt like I was being scolded from every picture of Lauren. Uh, okay. I'm sorry. Ugh, I'm just like, I don't know. I hope I'm not getting sick. But all right, let's take a look at this. So, neighbor murders 9-year-old and 7-year-old having sleepover with his kids, then sets home ablaze, cops say. A Florida man is accused of killing 2 children, ages 9 and 7, before intentionally setting a mobile home they were in ablaze. Witnesses say the kids' mother ran into the trailer while it was on fire to try to save them, to no avail. Oh my God. Mm. She went into the trailer trying to get them. That's the mother's love, neighbor John Wenzel told CBS affiliate WEAR. She went inside the house trying to get her kids, but it was too hot. Police say John Henry Walton Jr., 27, sexually assaulted one of the 2 children, 9-year-old Vaden Oram and 7-year-old Raiden Smith, inside of his trailer at the Grand Oak mobile home in Escambia County, and then murdered them both. Walston allegedly set the residence on fire early Friday morning after the killings and fled. The mother, who tried to rescue the children, survived and was rushed to a local hospital with burn wounds. Walston was also treated at the hospital for injuries before cops arrested him. These children were not killed because of the fire, said Escambia County Sheriff Chip Simmons in a video posted on his office's Facebook page. Walston assaulted one, then killed them both before saving himself. Walston reportedly lives at the mobile home with his own family, including 2 children. Tyler Smith, the father of Raiden Smith and stepfather of Vaden, told WEAR that he has known him for a couple of years and that the victims also lived in the mobile home park. Smith said his kids were allegedly staying over at Walston's trailer with his own children during the incident. How can you expect any human being to do this? Smith told WEAR. John, I hope they give you hell in prison because you better be glad they found you before I did. Oh, and that's from the dad and stepdad of these 2 kids. Oh, really, Kimberly? So Kimberly says she's heard of this story, but she doesn't think it was the child's mom. It was a neighbor. It was a neighbor lady that went inside to try to save them. Um, Huh. I don't know because I only saw the story the once, read the article, stuck it in my folder, and thought, let's talk about this. Okay. No, that's Kimberly, you might be right. I don't know. I mean, you could be wrong, but also I'm going to leave that up in the air until we see more, because a lot of times when these reports are new like this, they are wrong. So again, the dad says, which I don't, dad's basically saying, not basically, flat out saying, how would I expect somebody to do this? Like, how can you expect any human being to do this? And then that statement, I hope they give you hell in prison, because you better be glad they found you before I did. Feel it in my bones. Walston has been charged with 2 counts of premeditated murder, 1 count of sexual assault on a victim under 12, and 1 count of arson. His first court date has been set for November 26th, and he's being held until then without bond. I don't know what else I can say about this terrible event except for please hug your children, the sheriff concluded in his Facebook video. The victim's grandmother, Lisa, described their deaths as a bad dream while speaking to local news over the weekend. She said, a real bad dream, recalling how the kids had a sibling who talked to her over the phone about what happened. He said, Mommy has been life flighted to the hospital. My brother and sister is no longer here. They're dead, Pinniger recounted. He just kept telling me over and over, and I didn't believe it. I didn't want to believe it. I wonder if we can get any more from this. Let's see. Okay. So people reported on it. Let's just take a look at this. They also usually include some good photos. So, hey, cutie pie. On Law and Crime, which that's where that article was from. So that's strange. I will never understand people monsters as this, yet here I am fighting for my grands every breath. Just piss me off. Poor babies. Boo sheets. They're lucky to have you, you know it? And I agree. I'm right there with you. Okay. Let's look here, though. Let's read this. Wait, what did Adrian say? Oh, good night, Carolina. Have a good night. Florida man accused of killing 2 children. I hate the way MSN reposts articles like this. John Henry Watson, 27, Jr., has been arrested following the tragic fire. I want to know, how do they know about the sexual assault? So the sheriffs have been updating via Facebook. The officer confirmed both children were killed before the fire started and one had been SA'd. The suspect has been named as John Henry Walton. The fire occurred at Grand Oak Mobile Home Park. Evidence shows John Henry Walton assaulted one of the children before killing them both. Walton also was treated at the hospital along with the mother. Oh, and apparently Dad's comment went a little further, the one we just heard, the how can you expect any human being to do this? He went on to say, let alone an adult with 2 kids, like 2 of his own children. Again, the neighbor says the mom went in, so maybe it was the mom, and that's a mother's love. That's why she's in the mobile burn center. She went inside the house trying to get her kids, but it was too hot. They finally got her out there, per the station. The suspect has also been accused of killing an animal after a dog was found dead inside the home. Oh my God. What a piece of shit. Let me just take a second, you guys, to add the redirect. Because that's what I was thinking from maybe the fire was put out and they were able to check the kids out medically. That's what I got from the story. It either I had considered like that, or maybe after they brought their remains in, there was enough evidence to show some of what had happened. Kids and animals are the most sacred, Jay. What a monster. Really, StreamYard? The StreamYard start to lag on me just now. James says, what a sick, deranged monster. He doesn't need a trial. People like him don't need to be in society. Well, there is a conversation to be had there. And I don't mean like not giving people a trial. I just mean when it is flat out obvious that it was them, like they're arrested on scene, or, it's because, and I only bring this up because I've had conversations with like my dad, and my dad is a smart man. I mean, he went to Virginia Tech. He's a biochemist also has a degree in nutrition. And he has told me before, like, when, whether they admit to it or they're caught red-handed on the scene, why should we have to waste the money on a trial? But then again, like, people confess when they're innocent, and there are reasons for it. And I do understand it's a big waste of money and time. But then again, the alternative, I don't think is better. But I don't know. It's an interesting conversation. What happened to my mic? Remix. Aw, condo in the hood. That's awesome. Very cool. And to think we walk amongst these monsters. Coco and true crime, that is why I love to do, like, going through like many different true crime cases. Anything happening right now, like in the news right now. What's in your news right now? Because people don't realize how many of these monsters are walking amongst us. How often this shit happens. Okay. So let's go over to Crime Online and just take a look before we go. Since we're here for a moment, I didn't even finish doing the redirect. See, I'm like, what is wrong with me today? I am going. So, okay, I got to let you guys know what's going on this weekend while I'm fixing the redirect. So, our schedule right now is Monday through Thursday at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time and Sundays at noon. Been a little jacked up lately, but I want to try to stick with it as much as we can. I want to do this Sarah Wandra live maybe Sunday at noon. Maybe that will be the Sunday live, depending on what happens. But I also want to try to get, so the problem lies, I'd like to try to go live another time this weekend as well. Bentley's birthday is Saturday. So I don't know how that's going to work. It's kind of up in the air. So just stay tuned, or, make sure your notifications are set, because I may not know too much ahead of time if I do schedule this weekend. And just know Monday through Thursday at 8:30, check for us here, and Sundays at noon. I had the idea to try to make like the Sunday live, maybe like a community discussions live, like what's going on. But we're kind of, I don't know. We've done that with maybe starting next week, after a week of events, after the week's events, because I don't think that I want to do that now, especially because we're live right now, kind of just shooting the shit, hanging out. Okay. G Part. So Bendy is doing the 2020 parole hearing part 3 tonight at 10 p.m. and it is saved now as a redirect. So we'll take us over there when this ends. Alleged killer Dima Tower testified on his own behalf today, and it was interesting. Huh. Hadn't seen that. I would love to see. I want to see. I can't wait to see too, Kelly. The painting from Condo in the Hood. Okay. Dad and girlfriend charged with starving 5-year-old. This was not on here whenever I guess it reloaded in the background because when I first uploaded Crime Online for the live tonight, it wasn't here yet. What is this? Britney Spears vanishes as charges swirl. What the heck is going on there? Do you guys know? Anybody know about that? You tell me why I tell you about this. So, a Utah father and his girlfriend have been charged with child torture after they allegedly starved his 5-year-old daughter to the point where she ate her own feces and other non-food items in an attempt to save herself. Oh my God. Danielle Fivas, 32, brought the little girl to the hospital on August the 30th because she was not gaining weight and would eat her own feces, the DA said. Hospital staff noted severe malnutrition and growth failure in the girl. Her weight when she was admitted to the hospital was consistent with a 16-month-old child, a 5-year-old. Investigators interviewed Phoebus, his girlfriend, 41-year-old Jessica, and Jessica's 13-year-old son, who told them that he and his mother lived in a one-bedroom apartment with Phoebus, the 5-year-old, and a newborn stepsister. The teen said that the 5-year-old was known to access the refrigerator, freezer, and pantry, which led his family to install child locks to prevent her from accessing or them from accessing the food. Phoebus told investigators that she likes to steal food, leading them to put locks on cabinets and refrigerators, freezer, and garbage. Phoebus also said he tried to give up custody of the girl because she, quote, rubbed him the wrong way, unquote, and he, quote, resented, unquote, her. What? Harmez said she noticed after she and her son moved in with him that she would eat large quantities of food, so they were hesitant to give her more food. She said RC would bulk up a little, the 5-year-old would bulk up a little and then lose it again, saying she was really, really thin, although she was given the same amount of food the 13-year-old ate. She said they tried to give the girl to state authorities when they learned she was pregnant, but they wouldn't take her. Oh my God. She said Phoebus told the authorities he didn't want her and didn't want to take care of her. An affidavit obtained by Law and Crime said Phoebus claimed the girl would eat until she vomited and then eat non-food items such as wax and Play-Doh along with feces. Over the course of at least 2 years, the victim has been plummeting in health and growth, detectives wrote in the affidavit. The defendants, angry that the victim was stealing food that they were depriving her of, went a step further and put child safety locks on every cabinet and appliance that had food. A common late-stage manifestation of starvation is the ability to overcome revulsion and eat non-food in an attempt to sustain themselves, and that eating feces is likely due to starvation, the affidavit said. Investigators said the 5-year-old little girl was also forced to sleep on the ground with only a blanket, and she was not enrolled in school. According to the local news, Phoebus said there was a mattress in storage, but it was too hard to get to and there was no room for it. The girl was placed in foster care. The status of the other 2 children is not clear. Doctors said she gained 9 pounds over her 16 days of hospitalization with consistent scheduled meals. And Phoebus and his girlfriend were charged with 1 count each of first-degree felony torture. What the fuck? And is that true that you can literally take a kid to CPS or to the state services and say you don't want them and they don't do anything? They let you take them home? Because, I mean, that to me seems like the lead up to murder of a child. When people are coming and saying, we don't want her, we don't want to take care of her, please take her. That is so messed up. Callie Lisa says, hell, I would have taken her. Same. I know so many people who would do anything for, are you kidding me? To have a little child, especially little, like 5 years old, where they could spend, her whole life with her and give her the life she deserved. How many people would love to do that with a small child or with a child of any age? But, the more time, the better for somebody who wants to be a parent, right? And I don't know. I just, ugh. Mm-mm-mm. All right, let's see what else is going on before we go. Look at him there. There's the stupid son of a bitch bastard, excuse my language, that told child services he didn't want his 5-year-old daughter and to take her because he had a new girlfriend who was pregnant. Mm-mm. It is sad because it brings up the whole other conversation that there are a lot of kids, older kids sometimes have a really hard time being adopted, and that's just really sad too. South Carolina man pleads guilty to killing his girlfriend and burning her body. Off-duty airman guns down, I saw this, Good Samaritan who intervened in domestic violence incident. Oh my gosh, 13-year-old boy inspired by Jason fatally stabbed sleeping mom minutes before Friday the 13th. Oh, no, today's not Friday the 13th. In 2023. He's set to stand trial early next year. I'm not going to read through that, though. I want to keep looking, just see what's going on. Just take a look at the headlines with you guys. Pictured suspect kills casino goer with fentanyl because she forgot date rape drug. So a woman who was charged with killing a man last month and did so by lacing his drink with fentanyl. She forgot her date rape drug. Wow. 16-year-old teen missing from Ohio. We'll click on that at the end. Well, actually, I can't because when you click, you won't see their pictures because Crime Online just does things weird like that. So her name is Raina Haddix. She disappeared November the 9th in Lockburn. And here's a picture. Melody Buzzard. Oh, I had been asked by a few people if I was going to cover that and talk about it. And I don't know it enough yet to talk about it like that as its own live. And maybe I will. It's a little bit confusing because at first she was thought to have been, last seen and had been missing for quite a long time. Then she was spotted on surveillance with her mom, not long ago. But she didn't come back with her mom, and I don't know. If you're following that, let me know. Skelton brothers' dad charged with their murders nearly 15 years later. A Michigan man whose 3 sons vanished in 2010. Any of you guys from Michigan know this case? He was charged with 3 counts of homicide, open murder, and tampering with evidence. Convicted rapist, girlfriend, sentenced in plot to kill prosecutor and judge. Human remains identified as missing Maine woman. Here's the Britney Spears thing. I wonder what's going on with her. 4 people arrested after 14-year-old girl found weighing 35 pounds. Oh my God. Again, another case like that. Apparently Diddy was caught drinking behind bars and stuff. And yeah, that's interesting. And the little girl is autistic, the 14-year-old. I'm not going to read that right now, though, because I am going to let you guys go. But let's just take a look and see. I'm going to do a Google of Britney Spears just because it says she's missing. So I'm curious. Now, I know that Kevin did another book and interview and it got a lot of drama going. Oh, and then it says 5 days ago, she returned to Instagram. Britney resurfaces with shocking confession that she was stuck in Mexico. Huh. So Crime Online, it has a podcast going out about it, and she's been found. So a little misleading. That asshole will not tell where they are. I was thinking of you when I said that, but I didn't want to shout you out specifically in case you didn't want me to. Kelly, thank you for being a member for 10 months. All right, you guys. I sent you this. Awesome. Okay, well, good. The second one, because then I can take a look at it and maybe we'll talk about it this coming week, this weekend, sometime. Stop the screen share. Well, you guys. Oh, Coffee and Skeletons. She is a beautiful girl. Melanie Buzzard. That's very sad. No, I haven't. The 39-week pregnant woman's case last seen by her mom. I haven't, Bushi. Was that the guy, James? The guy I just showed with the 3 missing boys? Hey, 7. I'll save any future rude comments. If they're on this channel, I think we'll read them here. I think that's the only way that makes sense. When I decide what I'm going to do with my second channel, we will. Everything for my renaming my channel and is ready to go except the intro. So I was like, I've made logos and thumbnails and pictures and just channel art, the banners, just so many different things. So I could totally change it, but I just haven't finished the intro and I'm stuck. I'm at a place where creatively I'm stuck. So I'm still going to do that, but I don't know why I'm rambling all this random shit at the end. I just feel like there's so many things I want to say to you guys. And then as the live's about to end, I'm feeling the pressure of, did I get it all out? What did I forget? Because probably something. Look at Rebecca K. Park. Okay, I will, Bushi. I starred your comment, and I'm going to check it out after this. Johnny. Natasha, thank you for being a member 19 months. My goodness, popping in to say hi while I have a sec. Hey, Allie and everybody, don't forget to like. Oh, Natasha, we miss you. Stop overthinking it. Listen, that's my middle name, okay? Overthinking it. I literally am the type of person that after every interaction in life I have, I walk away, or that night, it might not be right after, but that day, at the end of the day, I'm like, wait, I hope I didn't come across rude when I said this. Oh man, I hope I wasn't hurtful when I said that. It was pretty flat out black. Sometimes I'll be a little too, especially with my closest friends, I might be a little too raw, and was I hurtful? Or with the kids, man, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have raised my voice over that. If that happens tomorrow, I'm going to just stay calm while fussing. Like I will do that. So, anyway, thank you guys for being here. We'll do it again soon. I really do enjoy like the more laid back, just hanging out lives that we do. Yeah, I appreciate it. It feels like just hanging out with friends. So, thank you guys for being here, and I will see you soon. Have a good weekend. Until I see you next time, whenever that is. Have a good weekend until then, and after then. Whatever. Let me stop talking. Bye. I gotta go.